Although a day of torture for children, as they realise that it's another 364 sleeps until Christmas, Boxing Day is generally something of a joy for most adults. The pressure is off and the day is empty, but the riches of the season are still at hand, none more so than at the dinner table, where the year's second finest meal is concocted. Christmas dinner gets all the glory, but the Boxing Day lunch is an unsung hero, loaded with gouty fodder. Pickled onions, cold ham, cold turkey, beetroot, Stilton, piccalilli, cold sausages, pork pies, tomatoes, breadsticks, coleslaw, lettuce for show, fancy crisps, tiger bread, brie, cucumber, everything. Everything. And all stacked so high onto the plate that it would cause even the orphan Oliver himself to tentatively inquire, "Please, sir, could I not have quite so much?" The name Boxing Day is yet another of Victorian Britain's contributions to this Christmas alphabet, coming from the then tradition of wealthy, cane-swinging citizens giving their knuckle-dragging inferiors alms boxes containing sweets, fruits and other gifts every December 26th. Likewise, in churches, cash collections at Christmas Day services were put into small boxes and handed out the following day to those who could effect the most convincing limp. The day's official title is, as we all know, St. Stephen's Day, and remains primarily known as such by most Catholic-leaning countries. For those who don't have their copy of Eusebius's History of the Church to hand, permit me to remind you that St. Stephen was the first, and in my opinion best, Christian martyr. Stoned to death in AD 34 for giving the Jerusalem townsfolk too much lip, it's believed that Stephen was a narrator of such gift that his public talks enticed vast numbers to follow the teachings of another chap who'd recently met a sticky end in Jerusalem on account of having given the townsfolk too much lip. By the time Stephen was whipping up the masses, his beloved Jesus had only been dead just over a year, and whatever curious magic he'd performed was still causing very real political and spiritual unrest in the holy city. Singing the Nazarene's praises could land you in trouble. Seeing as Nazarene praise singing happened to be one of Stephen's primary pastimes, it was inevitable the locals give him the opportunity to be with his mate Jesus on a more permanent basis. Quite suitably, given the method of his demise, Stephen was officially named the patron saint of headaches. It's equally apt for those who awake on his annual day of remembrance, having overdone it with the port the night before.